Cool it. Nintendo just announced DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe because of course they did. Just because of course they did. And it's funny because this is a very Nintendo-style left field announcement. But everyone seems to be pretty darn pleased about it, and it's because it's a really good deal. The Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Course Booster Pass pack, something like that. It's $25, 48 new courses, and these are going to be releasing every few months, like through the end of 2023. We don't have our Smash announcements anymore, but they gave us another similar thing that we get to like look forward to. You know, it's obviously not on the same level, but it's another fun thing. It's another fun thing to look forward to. And like, because I'm not a massive Mario Kart fan, like for me, that course variety is everything. Like that's what did keep me playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for a good amount of time. There's just so many courses, and I love the courses. They're just, I don't know, they're just fun. There's a ton of details in them. They're visually spectacular, and I don't know, it's just cool. So the idea that like the game already had so many courses, I think it was it 48? It was something along those lines after the DLC. And now we're getting 48 more. I mean, there's gonna be almost 100 tracks in this game, and that's great for $25. Even if a lot of these are just being pulled from Tour and kind of shined up a little bit, like, I don't know, that's a ton of tracks. I mean, some games, you pay a lot more to get a lot less, especially like a fighting game. You know, I mean, I know a lot goes into making a character. We're talking like one character for like $6. Here, like, my gosh, 50 cents per new course. It's awesome. I do wish that this DLC included some new characters. Maybe, I mean, like, it's an opportunity to kind of make the game bigger, maybe even new items. I mean, they could really do anything. If they're not doing a full Mario Kart 9, they really could do anything, but we will talk about that idea in a second here. Overall, though, it's great. It's just great. I mean, obviously, like, everybody's pretty happy. This is just a lot of new content for it's an old game, but obviously it's a pretty important one that quite a lot of people play. What, 50 million units by now or something? Sheesh. So it's awesome, but I don't think I have to tell you that it's also very, very weird. It's just a super weird thing to happen. Almost 5 years after the game comes out. And that's not even including all the time between the original and the deluxe release. I mean, it's just been so long, we completely assumed they had to be working on a new one. Even if it wasn't gonna come to Switch, it just felt like the Mario Kart 8 ship had sailed, you know? I mean, obviously Nintendo's still doing events and stuff for it, but it's like if they were gonna do DLC, why didn't they do DLC before? That's where I was at least. And that does bring up the question. This is one of the main things I want to talk about today. Why did it take so long? Why did it? It's just like, what planning thing happened at Nintendo that made it be this way? I mean, you know, obviously there's a number of options. One, they just kind of felt like it. You know, they weren't doing a plan or a pattern, or they just kind of like one day like, hey, you know what we should do? Some 8 DLC. Yeah, that's a good idea. Cool. That's possible. Maybe they wanted to wait until they had a bigger install base for the game or something, or like this happened because they noticed it was selling so much. So then they're like, okay, yeah, let's start doing it. They just kept expecting sales to flag, or I don't know, and they never did. So they're like, cool, let's do it. Is it possible that they thought people wouldn't like buying DLC for a game that was called Deluxe because it had all the DLC in it? So they like wait a while for people to like become familiar and comfortable with the game as it is, so that the DLC seemed like a really, really separate thing. So it wasn't like we're being cheated or something. I don't really know. The thing is, though, call me crazy, but I think that this might be evidence that Mario Kart 9 was going to happen, but is not happening anymore, at least not on Switch. I know that Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is selling so well that it made sense for Nintendo to not make Mario Kart 9 because they don't want to cannibalize sales. You know, I mean, 8 Deluxe is selling like a brand new, amazing, awesome Mario Kart game. It's new to most people. I get that, like, that's obvious. But as I've talked about in the past, it just felt like one of those things where, like, you don't expect Nintendo to make a Mario Kart game, you know? Like they would release it, and I would be like, oh, yeah, I guess it was obvious all along. You know what I mean? That's why I thought 9 might exist. At this point, it is not happening on Switch. There's no doubt about that anymore, okay? We're not going to get one until the next Switch or whatever Nintendo system they do. I think that's pretty obvious at this point. But this makes me think that there was a 9 that was going to be on the Switch. And allow me to explain. Let me set the stage for you. Okay, you're Nintendo. You're Mr. Gregory Nintendo himself. You're working on Mario Kart 9. Okay, like, you're doing this, because the thing is, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was a stopgap title. It was just something to get on the Switch, get the Switches going to people's homes and all that, but you were working on a full, because there's always a new Mario Kart game for every Nintendo system. That's just the way that it is. So you're working on 9. But the more you develop this game, the more 8 Deluxe sells. And like, game development takes a while. Obviously, it takes like a bunch of years and stuff. So like, the Switch has only been around for almost 5 years now. You've been working on 9 for a good few years. But it won't stop selling. 8 Deluxe will not stop selling, and it starts to be like, okay, at first it was a silly idea to assume it would sell that much and not make 9, but now that we're in the middle of making 9, like, this is the reality, and it would now be silly to release 9 when 8 is selling so well. So you decide to make a change, and it's an especially easy change because of the whole pandemic. It delayed a lot of stuff, so everything is kind of delayed anyway, so you're like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna save 9, we're gonna polish it up a little bit more, and put it on whatever the next Switch. I mean, I am Edgar Nintendo, so I know it's gonna be Switch 2, but everybody else doesn't know that, so we're gonna put Mario Kart 9 on Switch 2. So let's take all of the new courses that we have going on, and obviously mechanics or whatever, save them. We've been working on them for years. Let's save them for 9. But we take all of because every new Mario Kart game has a bunch of new courses, a bunch of remade courses. So we take all of the remade courses that we've been working on and bring them back over to Mario Kart 8. Because that game is selling so well that obviously any sort of DLC is gonna make, hundreds of millions of dollars. So much money. And that's why you don't make any new items or any new characters or anything for this DLC. You don't do any new tracks because it's easy to let go of the remade tracks. There's always remade tracks. There will always be remade tracks. It's a lot easier than making new tracks. That's the easiest thing to let go of. It is the simplest, easiest part of a Mario Kart game to give to people. So that's why you bring it over to 8 and you save everything else. If you're gonna do new characters outside of Nintendo, like with the Splatoon and everything, like if it's gonna be like that, you save it for the new one, because that's how you get people to buy the new one, the new items, the new tracks, the new characters and everything. Give the old stuff to Mario Kart 8. And the end result of this strategic shifting is that you make 50 million people very happy, you make a whole lot of money, and maybe you've got Mario Kart 9 ready to go for the next Switch. If not at launch, then decently close to it. I'm sure the next Nintendo system isn't gonna be that powerful. It's not gonna be that much more powerful than the Switch. And Nintendo games already look really great. They're already really polished. It's probably not that hard to take content that was gonna be in 8 and kind of move, or, gonna be on the Switch and move it over to the next system. Obviously, I could be so wrong here. I could be just 100,000,000% wrong about every single aspect of this. Very, very easily. I'm very good at being wrong. But it makes sense to me. It just makes too much sense. All the pieces kind of line up, And I know it's silly to try to make sense of a company that prides themselves on not making sense. Just have developed this reputation of doing things that don't make sense to anybody, anywhere, at all. But I don't know, if the Switch 2 launches with no Mario Kart in sight, nary a karting Mario to be found anywhere, then I am probably wrong. I'm probably wrong anyway, just, like I said, I'm very good at it. But what do you think? Am I going nuts here? Am I looking for patterns where there are no patterns? Am I seeing things in randomness? I don't know, but it is your job now to go down to the comments and let me know how probably wrong. I am. And also, just go and be happy about Mario Kart 8 DLC, because that is also the point of the video. The whole video wasn't just supposed to be about how I think it was supposed to be Mario Kart 9. It is also how this is a cool thing, and people seem to be very happy. So go talk about how you're happy. Thank you for watching. Have a good day, and if you'll excuse me... I got a hat to wear. Wearing a hat, wearing a hat. Love to walk around while wearing a hat, wearing a hat.